right, let's get this started with our first chakra card. If you follow me on YouTube, you know, not YouTube, of course you follow me on YouTube. If you follow me on Instagram, you know that we are seeking the solar plexus card. We got it. All right, cool. So, when I say you follow me on Instagram, so on Instagram I posted a herbal mixture to support our solar plexus, which is our third chakra. So I posted a herbal mixture to what to introduce into that if we are focusing on cleansing our third chakra and getting ourselves together. So this today, I wouldn't say this week, but today, it depends on how you're feeling. We are going to focus on our self-worth and our self-esteem, okay? So with that being said, there's a lot of us that are going to come into the realization that a lot of things that we have been doing and a lot of things that we have done so far, I should say, have promoted us to focus on our self-worth and our self-esteem. Not to say that what we were doing was wrong. It's just that we know that we need to change a lot of the things that we are doing. So this is all about self-nurturing, taking care of ourselves, and making sure that we know that it starts with us, right? So we're finding fierce serenity for a lot of us, which is really good with us being focused on our third chakra today, okay? Now, the main thing about having fierce serenity, we're going to get into the tarot for a second. Let's just check the oracles out, okay? The main thing about having fierce serenity, okay, it's just about knowing, because solar plexus is all about the sun energy, all right? And it's all about your gut. It's all about being fierce. It's all about going towards things and doing it, carrying out your will, having that strong will, having that fierceness of a lion, but also about having that balance, and you're also about having that balance, and what you're doing right now, that a lot of you are coming to an abrupt halt with a lot of things. So you're at a place right now where you're just like, okay, listen, I really need to figure out what it is about me, what it is about my self-worth, what it is that stands out about me that I need to focus on. And also, what is it that is taken away from my self-worth? What is it that takes away from my self-esteem? What am I doing? Am I honoring myself? Am I doing the right things? And a lot of us are realizing that we might not have been doing the right things. And for others of you, you're realizing that I have been doing the right things so far. However, I need to really, 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 really put my foot down on a lot of the things that I'm doing and really put my all into the things that I'm doing, okay? So you have the King of Wands. This is the King of Fire coming in. So yes, we always focus on our feminine energy and on this channel, but Moon's Evolution, we focus on our chakras. So my main focus is to make sure that we are getting our feminine energy in line and straight, and especially those of us that are seeking a King of Wands in our lives, that are seeking the masculine, our masculine energy to come into our lives. A lot of us, we're dealing with masculines that we've come from a long way, okay? We come from a long way. We are wrapped up, here it goes, like we got our root chakra going on right here, okay? So we flowing through our heart chakra. We're really diving into our heart chakra right now. We're really figuring out things that comes with our heart chakra. However, we're coming from a long trial. We're coming from a long things, right? So a lot of the feminine energy is wrapped up in their root chakra, because guess what? You're looking for that stability. You're traveling. A lot of you left a lot of situations, okay? It could have been a job. It could have been a friendship. It could have been a relationship. It could have just been who you were as your old self. You're leaving these ways. And you're seeking stability. You're ready to go find your stability. You're ready to ground yourself. You're ready to become grounded. All right. You will be coming into if you're not already involved with one, you will be dealing with a King of Wands. This was in our last reading when it relates to our sacral chakra. Okay. So a lot of you are becoming more vulnerable. So yesterday, if you tapped in yesterday, we were focused on sacral chakras and blocking our sacral chakras, and we put our base chakras on the back burner. So we weren't displaying a lot of stability within ourselves. So today, you're changing everything. You're putting an abrupt halt to everything, and you're changing the path that you've been going on and how you've been moving and grooving. So now it's like, hey, it's time for me to make a statement, okay, and make it known. So now you're wrapped up in your base chakra. So that's what's up. You're wrapped up in your base chakra. You're definitely rising above or infinitely rising above all the conflict. Okay, so let me explain something about this King of Wands here. So you could be dealing with somebody that's very well known, or and if they're not well known, they're around. They're just well known for what they do because they do it very well. Okay, so you are facing a situation where you're dealing with a King of Wands, and there's a lot of different opportunities here. Okay, this King of Wands also presents a lot of different opportunities, but this King of Wands also has for a lot of our feminine energy. Let's be real with ourselves. Okay, so we're all working on ourselves. Let's be real. This King of Wands, this King of Wands does have people or women or options. It could be work options. You know, this person could decide to focus on work. This person could have decided to focus on themselves, or this person could have decided to focus on what's in the field. But it's a competitive thing you're dealing with right now. Okay, but the difference between you and whatever the competition has going on is a lot of these people are based in their lower. I would say these are their solar plexus. So a lot of these people will be using their solar plexus vibrations, which would be your reproductive organs, and you know, the everything that's based off of sexual attraction. They will be using that to attract this King of Wands. So with you though, you're coming in really looking for stability, but you come with a lot, you know. Okay, and that's okay because you're working on yourself. Now there is a sense of rejection and there's a sense of being offered. So this whole situation that has going on here, yesterday, if you're still tapped in, yesterday we dealt with the 5 of Cups and we felt like there was three milestones that we hit, right? So there's an offering that's coming in, right? Now for a lot of you, this could be the final straw. For others of you, this could be your wishes fulfilled. Like, okay, you know, this person is offering something, okay, but there's still a sense of feeling of, for both parties, there's a sense of rejection. There's a sense of, do I really want this? There's a sense of, and that's for feminine and masculine energy in general. Okay, let's be clear about that. A lot of you will be able to place this into actual relationships that you're in, and the others of you will be able to just place this into the energetic feelings that you're having, that you're surrounded by right now. Now, let's separate these two like yesterday, because everybody has to be an individual and figure out what's going on within them. This is what's in between you two. All right, so what's in between these two energies right now is a feeling of, is this really worth it, and do I have what it takes? Just don't be defeatious, because that's what it looks like that's going on right now. And for this feminine energy, there is a sense of, you're going through this sea. So you see this cup right here that's already been like, hey, put to the side, because there's a new offer coming in and it brings in so much, okay? But it's like you got to get past that. You're moving past that. That's good. You're flowing through crows, and crows are very symbolic. A very symbolic creature, very mystic creature for me. They're very symbolic. So let's go look up crows. Listen, look up crows, y'all. Take some time, look up crows. Also tap into that third chakra. I'm going to throw down some herbs too if you want to go to my Instagram and check out the herbs that we mixed together today. I am also going to mention those herbs if we're working on our solar plexus chakra. You got the 7 of Wands. Whoa, 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 whoa. Okay, so check this out. And look at you right here. Lighten up. Look at the solar plexus lighten up. So everything's lining up in this reading. That's beautiful. All right, so we got the solar plexus coming in. We got rejection. We got everything in the middle. So we're going to go ahead and get us to you, feminine energy. We're going to get us to you. So you have your head turned. Now, we know 7 of Wands can typically be a card that is symbolic for protecting yourself against, what do you want to say, conflict. Okay, but see, what I see here are your chakras. Okay, your chakras coming in. Look at these chakras we're working on. So sacral chakra has made its way on through. It's broken. My apologies. Sacral chakra has broken through, you know, so it's coming through. But let's look at solar plexus. Solar plexus is on the way, okay? So we're working on these chakras. They're coming in. They're coming in strong for you, and you're figuring out how to balance yourself. You're figuring out how to to balance the chakras and focus on what it really is that you need to focus on. You have a new start coming. I keep going this way. The lens is right here, but you have a new start coming in, right? But check this out. A lot of you are afraid to let go, especially feminine energy. But this is you're putting energy off on a lot of situations. But for feminine energy, because this is going to be emotional, thought wise, I can make this card go for both of you though. For the feminine energy that's wanting to welcome in the masculine with the emotions and the new start, the thing about it is you're holding on so hard. So this person has thoughts about you that they're holding on to, like they're holding on about their thoughts, and they have ways that they see things and how they feel things, and they're holding on to it. For the feminine energy, you could offer a new start, but what's going to happen is at first it appears like you were the one that was holding back, and you were just trying to figure out what it is that you really wanted to do, but you couldn't have a new start because you were truly holding back your stability that you could offer to a situation. You were holding back your sacral chakra. So some of you were very closed off when it comes to sexually. You were holding off your heart. You were just holding back so many different things, and you were thinking in your sacral chakra. So you were seeing the possibility of things, because you do see that. You see the possibility of things. You see how beautiful things can be. So even with all this holding back, you're like, hey, I still see the possibility for it, right? And that's it, you thinking that's okay for you. But then you go over to the masculine side, and they're just like, now in their mind, because they're thinking differently, they're thinking clear, they got clear skies. So in their mind, they're like, okay, this person is holding back, I'm going to hold back this new start, right? So you're blocked off. You're not sharing a lot of things. You're not sharing a lot of things feminine. And that's the strong thing about a feminine energy, is that we are supposed to be able to be transparent and vulnerable and honest, right? So that's something that we absolutely need to tap into, because we are so caught up on feeling like, oh, if I'm vulnerable or honest, then it's going to get me hurt. It's going to get me messed over. But the crazy thing is, the masculine energy is the one that's the most vulnerable, and that's the one that ends up getting hurt and messed over, right? So, right. Okay. So here it is right here. So we're talking about masculine energy here, right? So we're saying 10 to 1, vulnerability, okay? So the masculine energy is the one that's really the most vulnerable in situations. And when it comes to being honest and being transparent and putting everything on the table, that is mostly a masculine energy, okay? And when it comes to the feminine energy, we tend to hold back, especially when we're wrapped up in our emotions and we really can't see what it is that we're supposed to see. So let me just be clear to the feminine energy as far as our sacral chakras. We have to get our sacral chakras, our solar plexus, definitely sacral now, but our solar plexus, we have to get them in tune. We have to get that fire, we have to get that light going and tap back into our youthful spirit, because we don't want to become an untamable beasts. We don't want that to happen, okay? But because a lot of you do need to be honest about that too. Let me be clear, because that's also what's keeping you back, okay? Because you haven't been able to really, feminine energies, we haven't really been able to tame ourselves and tap into things. So there is a search that's going on to where we're not being honest with ourselves about our vulnerability. We're not being honest with ourselves about our hurt. We're not being honest with ourselves, about things that we went through. And then what happens is we have this blockage. So to us, we say like, oh, I see things clearly and I see what's going on. But to our reflection, which would be our masculine, to our reflection, they can see all the blockages. They see what's going on. They see everything. Right? So you're slow walking it. All right. You're going, and this masculine is going where they're going. You're taking their time. Yeah, they're still looking back over their shoulder. They're still trying to figure it out, because they're leaving you crumbs to pick up and go along the way. So this person is very strategic. They're leaving you things that you can tap into and figure out along the way. There's a lot that needs to be tapped into for the feminine energy. Okay, so I definitely see that your crown chakra needs to be tapped into, your heart chakra, your throat chakra, but right now we're not going to really get too into what's going on here, but I do see that your solar plexus chakra is with the masculine. Feminine energy, your solar plexus chakra is with the masculine. Let's pull out a few more cards and just gather where we're at. If you weren't really, if you're a little lost, because I could tell a story. The main goal here, feminine energy, is to clean that solar plexus chakra. We have herbs like thyme, herbs like turmeric. We have the herbs like burdock root. We have the herbs. What all did I put in there today? I put in moringa. There's those herbs. Again, I could be leaving a few herbs out. That's okay. Check out my Instagram. That's Moon's Evolution. I'm Moon's Evolution on all platforms. Honestly, y'all. This is the only chakra tarot But our moon's evolution on everything. Okay, let's get out of one more card, y'all. I know y'all got things to do. All right, so I know you don't want it to end, but it has to, because guess what? Nobody's going to be chasing after no heartache. Nobody wants to chase down no heartache, and nobody wants to put in all that work if it's going to end up heartache. So we have the king and the queen coming in. That's beautiful, right? So communication is not here, which we talked about yesterday. Communication is okay. So the king and the queen of swords, they communicate, but the communication isn't the communication that brings it where it needs to be, as far as moving forward, and as far as building, as far as coming together and working. So the worst thing you can do to a king and a queen of swords is be talking about nothing, because these are two people that are very intellectual. They can see the future. They know what's going on. They know how to plan things out. They're strategic. They're leaders. They own businesses. They are CEOs. You put them in that environment, they're gonna get it. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna build you. They're gonna build it where it needs to be. They know how to see things. They know how to cut past the bull crap. They know how to cut off people. They're wise in their words. They're needed. They're rare. They're a rare breed, like this bat back here. They're a rare breed. They're endangered at this point. You know what I'm saying? So for these two people to be like this in the opposition, and for this to be in the opposition, I really don't read I don't recall reverse, but it did, when it comes out, it just shows you exactly where you at. Because guess what? I could turn these cards upright, and these supporting cards are still gonna make these cards backwards. Okay, so let's just be clear about so-called not reading reverse. So it's driving you crazy, because the love is not there right now. There is, not to say that there isn't love. It is love. It's a partnership. This is a partnership. These are two people that know that they need to come together for the success of business. You know what I'm saying? So with these being in reverse, it's a big deal here. So there's not a lot of love right here, because what needs to be focused on is getting straight to the point and weeding out things that's not going to benefit building. It's not going to benefit unity. Okay, so that's what I have for you. And in order to do that, my friends, you need to cleanse your solar plexus, do some solar plexus activities, focus on what you're putting in your body, and drink your teas, grab your herbs, get yourself together. I know we got thyme and turmeric. A lot of people got cooked with thyme and turmeric. So if you got that in the house, you just throw it. If it's organic, throw that in a pot and let it boil. I think it's some other herbs that I posted that I'm sure we got sitting around the house. Okay. All right, so that's what I have for y'all today. Talk to you soon.